Reagan about to read Breaking Up is Easy. Back on track with the lighter in my hand. Let's go. Breaking Up is Easy. First of all, this isn't a story about breaking up buds of marijuana. It's a story about a couple who would never know their anniversary, since they've been breaking up ever since the beginning of their relationship. The second day, Erica was having second thoughts after he woke her up to a hangover to say good morning. His eyes were too close together, his teeth were yellow, and he had a caveman beard. In her head, Erica thinks, please God, don't let me be impregnated with werewolf babies. Taking a deep breath, looking up, the ceiling is spinning and her head is ringing. And this guy said good morning. Not able to remember his name, Erica politely asked him to leave. But you're in my bed, he says with this goofy, breath-stinking grin. Focusing on her surroundings, it was like being in a horror movie. Next to the bed was a big cute dog, but all over the walls were posters of horror films like A Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and Hellraiser. With these he had posters of Slipknot and Five Finger Death Punch. Erica noticed all this while stumbling into her clothes. What's wrong, he said. Where you going, babe? Erica never said a word. She rushed out the door, knocking over his water bomb. Running through the house, it smelled like cat shit. Once she made it to the living room, she seen why. There were cats everywhere. Walking out, she sees her car. Thank God she'd driven there. The keys were in her pocket. The keys weren't in her pockets. Please let them be in the car, she thought, and they were. Erica peeled out, squealing tires, praying that this monster pulled out. She couldn't just go home and be on Facebook all day. Erica had to talk to her friends. After all, they were on that keep no secrets level. She spent the whole day telling them her horror story while out on one of their shopping sprees. Two of them couldn't wait to tell everyone. One of them from their phone updated her Facebook status saying, "Hey everybody, Erica slept with a loser from the planet Retarded." This led to a violent cat fight inside the mall after Erica checked her Facebook and seen the status. Taryn was a fake friend waiting for the right chance to stab Erica in the back and jump ship. This was the right opportunity. It was the friends who hid their deceit that bothered Erica. When she got home, stuck in her screen door was an envelope. Opening it was a note written in chicken scratch. Almost every word was misspelled. It said, Erica, I thought we agreed to start seeing each other. You said you were starting to fall in love with me. Since you not love me anymore, I'm about to take an overdose of pills and wash them down with bleach. P.S. Thank you for inspiring me to write one last story before I die. For years I wrote poems, short stories, and novels, but a couple of years ago I stopped until today. With the note was a 6-page story called Love Loving You Forever, Miss Lovely. Erica didn't take his threat in the note seriously, so she went inside, sat down on the couch, and read the story. It was about a guy who kills himself after falling in love during a one-night stand. The only difference was in the story he cuts his wrist. Erica was amused by all of this, wondering how the title fit the story. Near the end he ends up in heaven, sad because he's still in love with this woman. The very last line shook Erica's bones, saying, and she didn't take my threat in the note seriously. Rushing back to this monster's house in a pouring rain that had just started to fall, Erica thought, don't they have suicide prevention hotlines for this? Pulling in the driveway, she runs towards his porch, splashing through the yard. She thinks please don't let him have his door. She thinks please don't let his door be locked, and it wasn't. His dog was barking in his room. Moving quickly through the cats, Erica was expecting the worst. Storming through his bedroom door, she found him sitting at his computer, wearing headphones and cutting himself with a razor blade. Not the wrist, but his forearm. The song he was playing was Lost in the Sun by Hinder. Why would anyone slice themselves listening to a Hinder song? Erica said. And first of all, what's your name? She said. You for And first of all, what's your name? She said. You forgot to put it on your note. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Lovely. You must get suicide notes like that all the time, he says, reaching out his bloody arm to shake her hand. Saying, hi, I'm Eric. In her head, Erica's thinking, really? It sounded so lame. Eric and Erica. Feeling sorry for him, she asked where his poems and stories were. I really enjoy reading Loving You Forever, Miss Lovely, she said. Eric said, don't lie. He says, everyone hated my stuff, so I doused every poem, story, and novel with gasoline and struck a match. In her head, Erica thought, good job. Out loud, she said, oh my, no you didn't. She couldn't just leave him there, hurting himself. Telling him he needed to get some help, Erica eased back out of his bedroom. As she fought her way back through the cats, Erica called 911 when she made it outside, telling them there was a suicidal maniac cutting himself at such and such address. Back at home, Erica burned his note and the story, sending the rest of his dreams to the flames. She didn't think about him for a long time. In the mental ward, Eric was there with a young woman who tried to commit suicide after learning that she had genital warts. Another young man was convinced that evil space aliens were eating all of his pet lizards and boa constrictors. Really, his old man had an intense fear and hatred for snakes and reptiles in general. So while this guy was away at a Star Trek convention one weekend, his old man paid a crackhead to take them out and shoot them. The crackhead was afraid of snakes too, but hey, he had to get those rocks. There were a lot of assorted nuts around Eric. A man who believed he was Elvis Presley was a raging suicidal after friends shaved his head and cut off his sideburns after he passed out at a party. Eric wondered who would hang out with someone who thought they were Elvis. He thought this guy's friends should be there too. To get out of this place, all Eric had to do was pretend to be normal. Admitting that you're crazy makes some shrinks think you're not crazy. Eric played all sorts of mind games with the people in the mental health profession. This wasn't his first rodeo. Only this round he wanted out bad. Erica deserved to be taught a lesson for betraying him and calling 911. Police came out to the scene first. He was able to hide his water bomb. Then a cop he went to school with took two of his pipes, took two of his other pipes and threw them out in the woods. Before calling and telling paramedics they would have to come out to the scene after all. Eric cut himself worse after she left and was now bleeding profusely. Erica had him put there, and he would get her back for it. He told Shrinks, hey, I messed up and fell for the wrong woman. It hurt him to say just that. Going on, he said, and as far as cutting, you know my track record. Making a lame sports joke, Eric says, I'm really fast when running away from my problems. This Asian shrink actually laughed and signed his discharge papers. Erica 3 days later was on Facebook when she received a message from Eric. He wasn't on her friends list and the page was set to private. Somehow he figured out a way to send another suicide note, this time over instant message. Eric claimed that he ate rat poison, and if that didn't work, soon he'd just shoot himself in the head. Jesus Christ, Erica thought, this guy's never going to leave me alone. Rushing over to his house again, she thinks, if he's really serious this time, his front door will be locked. When she got there, once again, it wasn't locked. Eric's parents took his animals, so there were no cats to fight through. Making her way back to his room again, Erica actually thought he was dead, lying face down on the floor with pills scattered out everywhere around him. Regaining consciousness, for just a second he says, Erica, is that you? Yes, she says, you really need to get some help. Eric says, there is no help for me. He says, you're my only hope. Calling 911 from her cell phone again, she says, when you get out, hit me up on Facebook, this time without a suicide note. What she said inspired him to make it out of the hospital a lot sooner this time. His heart was broken when they talked about permanent hospitalization. Turning up his charm, he beat this threat and made it back home in no time. Eric messaged her first thing. She was feeling lonely after just dumping another loser, so she agreed to date Eric until she could convince him to go on without her. Yeah, she treated him like dirt until he was the one running away. No, she planned to treat him like a human, even if he wasn't. After shaving off his beard, Erica took him shopping for clothes. Aside from listening to heavy metal and watching horror movies, he was also a huge basketball fan. Eric would use sports references sometimes to describe their love, like saying, "Girl, me trying to go on without you is like LeBron James trying to win an NBA championship without D. Wade." He'd say it just isn't happening. Rolling her eyes, Erica didn't know what he was talking about half the time. All she knew was he was the most annoying guy she ever met. Jealous, he wanted her to delete all her Facebook pics. Everyone she took after that, he had to be in, holding her tight. Erica was never allowed to go out with her friends. Now all of them publicly clowned on her. It wasn't long before she told him, "Kill yourself." She said, "I just can't do this anymore." After Erica left, Eric looked everywhere for razor blades and sleeping pills but could find none. She had already announced their breakup when she realized the ring her mother gave her was still at his house. She went back and Erica knocked first, then walked in to find him standing on a chair with a rope wrapped tight around his neck. "Stop, stop," she said, "I love you." With her voice trailing off, softly she says, "Because you really love me." Over the last year, they've become that couple that breaks up just to make up. Eric has almost died dozens of times. After brief hospital visits, they end up right back together. Proving that she really did love him, she promised to take care of him when permanent hospitalization was threatened again. 2 days after he got out, she left him again for a mechanic. When he didn't feel like trying to kill himself after a breakup, Eric would sit and tell his dog about the night he met Erica. The dog had just got back and wished Eric's parents would have just let him stay. The poor dog had heard this story millions of times. Deep down, the old dog loved Eric no matter how crazy he was. A man's best friend will at least pretend to listen so he doesn't kill himself. Eric tells him about her pretty blonde hair and spiral curls. He tells this old dog about her red dress and how she thought it was so cute that they were named Erica and Eric. She swore that she was falling in love with him while they sat at a table in the bar. Away from him, Erica told her fake friends that he was an STD she caught at the bar. She admitted that he was the best ever in bed, with a tongue that switches speeds, low, medium, high. That part of their relationship no one could beat. But she wanted a man who wasn't so jealous and possessive, always quick to flip out and fly off the handle. All her friends would say, "You'll be back with him by the end of the week." A couple of times when they broke up, her friends tried to go and try out Eric's low, medium, high tongue. He told them no, the only woman who could ever take him was Scarlett Johansson. Erica's friends laughed and said, "Good luck with that." They never believed it when Erica posted a status saying they were breaking up, because everybody knew they'd end up right back together. She did this out of love and pity. Just the other night they broke up again. Erica will have fun while he's away in the hospital with stitched wrists until the next time they hook back up. That was Robert Reagan reading Breaking Up Is Easy. Thank you.